beautiful people. This is Casey Pacheco. I am back with the Spark is Love, and you know I'm always bringing you some valuable person. And I am all the way, let's zip to California. We're going to meet Dr. Chibu. Welcome in, Dr. Chibu.
Hi, thanks for having me, Casey.
It is so nice to have you. You are the owner and founder of Nurses Bond. So I wanted to introduce you to our audience. You know, we are like kindred spirits with nurses in charge. So I wanted to highlight what Nurses Bond is all about, and just maybe some of our viewers never heard about it. So maybe you could share a little bit about yourself and your journey and your purpose with us. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. Hello, everyone. My name is Chibu Nawabia, and I go by Dr. Chibu because I am a nurse by profession. Everyone knows that. I'm a coach, and I'm also a professor in one of the colleges here in California. So Nurses Bond, as you can see, is all about bonding, bringing healthcare professionals together, especially nurses, introducing them to other healthcare professionals, other things that they need to do other than just working in the hospital.
Mhm.
So I look at we nurses and what we do and how we do it. I just figured out that, based on everything going on, we try as much as possible to give, to nurture to other people, patients and families and our jobs. But we don't actually have an organization that gives back to us. What
Mhm.
about us? And in Nurses Bond, we always say that self-care is not selfish. So
Yes, I like that.
okay, okay, you keep filling other people's cups. Who fills your
Mhm.
own cup? So Notice Bond was created to sit back, pause, and look at your life because we believe that you cannot give what you don't have. So
Ooh,
that's why we bring people together, we bring nurses together, link them with other healthcare professionals so that we can share ideas and values at professional levels and beyond, whatever that is. So I always say that we are informally formal. Thank you.
I like it. You get the whole picture and everything. That is amazing. You know, I like that you are talking about connecting nurses with other healthcare professionals. What
Absolutely.
are some of the professionals you connect your nurses with?
Number one, the doctors, the pharmacies, okay, the healthcare, other healthcare professionals, irrespective of where
Mhm.
you are. I always say that nurses and doctors are frenemies. And why I use that word is like we only work in the hospital. And after the hospital, not even with other healthcare professionals, we just go. To
True.
the point that when you see your doctor or pharmacist in the parking lot, you just even say hi because you think you are busy and moving around. So Nurses Bond is just an opportunity for us to go beyond helping people and also connect ourselves. Just know what is going on within us, bond with others because we are also human beings. Like we just don't, people think that nurses and are angels or, they don't have issues or, they don't have blood running in their veins. They do. They have issues too. And not
Yeah.
only healthcare professionals, we extend it now to other professionals like accountant, like nurses need to know about real estate, about
Yeah.
family, about accounting, about businesses and all those stuff. It's not just working because we have life outside of the hospital. So we nurses one we connect with other professionals just to make sure that we are not left out in the world.
Oh my gosh, this is so amazing. So let's tell the viewers how we met, okay? Because, you know, I'm a lot on social media and they probably see pictures. We were at the National Nurses Business
Business association.
Association.
Exactly.
And he came up to me and he was like, Nurses in charge, you stole my idea. And I'm like, what? I never heard of Nurses Bond. But you know, actually getting to know Dr. Chibu and getting to hear his ideas. Now he's gonna be so humble, but let me brag on him for a little bit. He is a professor, he is an entrepreneur, like a real estate tycoon. Like he is a professional coach. And he's served as a CNO, chief nursing officer, in the hospital. He has so much prestige, but he is the most humble, down to earth person. We had such a great time. And I think this is really good collaboration with nurses in charge because a lot of people say nurses in charge, like, it's just about nurses. Like, what about all the other healthcare staff? And it's like, well, there are other organizations and associations to help connect. So Nurses Bond actually, they help nurses connect not just with each other, but with other professionals. And
Awesome.
I think this is so amazing because it really wraps around that holistic care that nurses need, right?
Exactly.
Professionally.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I boast on you. I boasted on you, but can you share with us your journey? Share with us what your journey in forming Nurses Bond was like, because, like, I'm just gonna be honest, nurses, we have so many organizations, associations, but then we're so fragmented. We kind of live in our own bubble and kind of do our own thing. So how was that journey bringing nurses on a professional level together with other professionals? How was that for you?
Okay. Number one is all about identity. I know if you know who you are, then you can go any mile. Any mile. You can go to any level, but it starts from within. It starts from who are you. You have to know who you are and where you are heading to. And remember when I met you, I told you that I don't make friends, I build relationships. So that is so
Ooh.
important. Some people make friends because they just want to be known. I don't do that. I build relationships and I wanted to help nurses build relationships. Like there is more to life than just working. You also have a life to live. I always tell people, minus that profession, minus going to the hospital, who are you? So, based on the question that you asked me, I look at the gap between nurses working and their actual lives. If you see the statistics, you see that nurses and healthcare professionals commit the highest suicide, okay, in the world because
Mm,
they give to others, but sometimes they feel empty. Sometimes nobody gives them. Okay, so I said, no, I have to start something that can close that gap, that can build that bridge between, the professional self and your individual self, irrespective of who you were in the profession. That's why I say that we are informally formal. Okay, so I try to build just a purposeful team building relationship between nurses and other healthcare professionals, and we take it from there. Yes, there are so many organizations right there, but Nurses Bond is an experience. It's more than an organization. It's an
mm.
experience that you feel like you belong to Nurses Bond. You feel that bonding, like the mother bonds with the child. So
Yeah.
it's that kind of experience that you feel. For those that are nurses listening to us, they know what I mean by mothers bonding with the child. So I look at it, I said, hey, let's come together purposefully, okay, look into education, leadership, entrepreneurship. What is it that you can do to help yourself, to help your family? And I believe that, like I said, relationship networking is the key. And in nursing school, which I teach, they don't teach us about relationship. They just teach us how to go solve the problem of someone else, but they don't teach us how to solve the problem of ourselves. And that is why the organizations like Nurses Bond are there to bridge that gap. So when I started, yes, people look at that, and because they didn't teach us that in nursing school, people like I'm fine, but I'm not fine. I need
Yeah.
help, but I don't need help. What
Yes.
do I do? So it's all about teaching. It's all about networking. It's all
Mhm.
about hardwiring the purpose and mission of Nurses Bond. And people started getting it and they started listening. And because I said it's an experience, you come, you are stuck because the experience will take you for a lifetime.
Ooh, we gonna talk about that experience, but something I want to talk about. I want to really zone in on something you said. You said you don't make friends, you build a relationship. Now, some
Absolutely.
people feel as though, and I just want for clarity, because sometimes we use words and we think we're on the same page, but some people feel like if I call someone my friend, that's a relationship. So, what's the difference between having a friendship versus having a relationship?
Okay, good. Friendship is based on admiration. I admire someone. I want it to be my friend based on who he is, based on what he has achieved, or based on the likes. I like him or I don't like what he does. That's
Mm,
friendship. Relationship is all about building team, like forming a team together,
mm,
irrespective of what the person, how the person looks, the person's profession or whatever the person has achieved. If that person makes mistake, you correct and you move on. You are
mm.
building a team together. That's why we have professional relationships. I don't
Mm.
think you had professional friends, because professional friends is like, you remember, if you leave one job, hardly will you see those people from work reaching out to you. Okay.
Yes.
But if you have built relationship, since when you started working, I believe there are some people that you built relationship with, they still connected to you today because
Mm.
of that relationship, not because of work friendship.
Mm.
So I look at it that being a friend is just because of what we are doing now, because of what I've achieved or what you have achieved or what I'm looking out for. But building a relationship is like coming together, see what we have to achieve in the future, irrespective of the lives and the loss.
This is so profound. And I'm just talking because it's something I've seen in different states as a nurse. You would work with people and you would have good rapport, good relationship, but then as soon as you leave the job, you don't even have to leave the state or the country. Just moving from different organizations, you no longer have any kind of interaction with them.
Exactly.
And I think that really hurts our nurses and it actually hurts the community because you were like, oh my gosh, this person was so good at this thing, but now you don't have any access to them because they're with another organization and you didn't have that relationship.
Exactly. That's the word I wanted. Because you did not build that relationship. I tell people we are individuals. We are not our work badges. People think that their work badges are their identity. That's not who you are. You can go from one hospital to another. So, in order to maintain the relationship, look at yourself, who you are, who you want to connect with. It's not the hospital. Some people put all their trust in one hospital. So when they leave that hospital to go to another hospital, they've lost the relationship because they were married to the job, if I may use that word.
Yeah.
So, just go and work and be yourself and connect with other people. That's how to move on. Like what you said, when people leave one job,
Yeah.
they will lose all those connections. So
Yeah.
at Nurses Bond, we don't do that. We build that relationship irrespective of where you are, irrespective of what you do. We are there to build the team professionally, help us grow together.
Now, okay, so I just love this conversation, and I promise we're going to talk about Elix conference because that's going to be the experience of Nurses Bond. But
Exactly.
before we get to Elix, I just want to bring out something that is well, the audience hear my voice if they've been following me. They know I'm from Trinidad and Tobago, right? I'm all Caribbean, right? All really like it's so natural to me to build relationships and to have a network of people. And then I hear your voice. Where are you from?
I'm from Nigeria.
You're from Nigeria. And
Yeah.
then the owner of Nurses in Charge, she is from Liberia, Africa. And this is something that I really say different cultures and different societies of people, they bring different things into the profession. And
Mhm.
I really see, Nurses in Charge, we have a big, 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 and I mean it's growing every day. Sometimes I can't keep up with the numbers. We have a big movement happening, and a lot of our nurses are from Africa. And I realized that um, when they come in, they understand this idea of building relationships. It's not so transactional and functional. It's very much let me get to know you as a person and let's build from there. Do you think your background in Nigeria has a lot to play with as you're taking the lead or the forefront of building professional networks and relationships?
Well, yeah, I can say yes and no, because in psychology, we are 50-50. We are based on nature and nurture. Okay.
Nurture.
So,
Uh-huh.
and you know that culture is a way of life of a people. Yes,
Mm.
culturally, we love people. Okay. And
Uh,
even yesterday when I was, giving a presentation, I always tell them that I love people and use money. I don't love money and use people. They are two different
Mm.
things. Yeah. So culture has something to play with it. See, it comes from within. Remember when we started, I told you about identity. It's about who you are. So, and that's why Nurses Bond is there, irrespective of what you are pursuing. Just know that you are a human being, minus the job, minus the money that you are making. You need to interact. And I always say that all that you know is not all there is. I want to say
Ooh.
that again. All
Say it
that
again.
you know is not all there is. People think that, oh, now I am a registered nurse, I know it all. Oh, I don't need anybody. If I'm bored, I go walk over time. Okay. Knowing fully well that you need time to recharge. And you also need people. You need to build relationship. And that is why some people, when they lose the job, they are empty. They are empty because they don't have relationship that can get them from point A to point B. So that is so important. So, and in nursing bond, we also say, if you think you know a lot, you know too much, come and give. There are people waiting to hear from you. But if you think you don't know it all, come and learn. There are people that are willing to teach you, because all that you know is not all there is. When your knowledge stops, is where someone else's starts. And that's why I said we build the team together, we collaborate, we build that relationship, we move from one point to another, irrespective of what you want to do. I've seen so many people in Nurses Bond, they've gone from one leadership position to the other. So many of them, come to us and said, hey, I want to do my master's. What will I do? And others come and say, hey, I want to start my own business. What kind of business? It's all about relationship. And let me tell you, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't. You just have to connect with people that have done it before. You just have to stand on the shoulders of people that have gone ahead of you. And that's what Nurses Bond is all about. We are just telling people, come together. There are people here willing, like I said, is an experience to help you grow from where you are today to where you want to be in the future. And like you said, people, irrespective of your culture, irrespective of where you are, the ambition, the goal, the relationship, okay, what we want to achieve, everybody wants to advance in life. As long as you want to move from one point to the other, yes, you can connect and network.
I love it. I love it. So I'm gonna share my screen so the viewers can see a little bit of nurses. Let's see. There we go. Let's see. So we have this is the you can find Nurses Bond, nursesbond.com. This is the homepage, and you can actually join as a member or you could become a partner. This is a professional organization. You get credits. And so I wanted to just highlight the mission here. You can count on us to provide professional team building and professional development in leadership, education, entrepreneurship for healthcare professionals. But why I really came on is so that we could talk about Elix. It's coming up in LA, October 18th to the 20th, and it's supposed the theme is supposed to touch on knowledge, experience, and growth. And so I got the coordinator, the founder, for him to tell you himself what this is all about. What is Elix?
Okay,
Share.
sorry, ELES stands for, I'm so excited, right? ELES stands for Education, Leadership, and Entrepreneurship Experience Conference. Remember, we've talked about experience today. So, as nurses and other healthcare professionals, what areas of your life do you want to augment? Is it the education? Is it the leadership? Is it the entrepreneurship? ELES conference is there for you. So what it means is that in any area that you want to advance, we already have people that are there to help guide you, in those areas. And this year, like you said, the theme is knowledge, experience, growth, the roadmap to professional success. And we believe that no matter the knowledge that you have, if you have not had the experience, okay, it will be difficult to grow. So, like I said, we go to school, we learn, but where do we get the experience? So this conference is all about networking and connecting and learning from seasoned professionals. We have CEOs, we have CNOs, we have people in different kinds of businesses, accounting, real estate, okay, healthcare businesses that are going to come together, okay, for this conference in LA. So if you want to grow, if you want to learn, if you want to advance in education, if you want to advance in leadership or entrepreneurship, If you're a startup, this conference is for you. If you want to give back too, there are so many people that are willing to hear from you. And our conference is based on three areas. It's on authenticity, intentionality, and vulnerability. I will say that again: authenticity, intentionality, and vulnerability. Why do I say that? Because it's an experience. Other conferences you go, everybody is walking from one place to another, everybody is moving. Are they really authentic? Are they really intentional? What about being vulnerable? There are things that you want to do. You think everything is bed of roses. For example, when I was a chief clinical officer in the hospital, they said, "How did you get there? Oh, it's so easy." No. But at the ILS conference, we tell you the processes, what you need to go through. We are very authentic just to let you know that it is a process, not just ordinary bed of roses. Okay. So this conference is for every nurse, every healthcare professional. Come and learn or come and give back. Every startup. We have people, we have CEOs, we have people in C-suite that are willing and ready to listen to whatever products or services that you have. So I can't wait to see you there.
Awesome. And I'm going to be there. Lord willing, I will be there. And I'm so excited to hear it because as younger nurses, the face of what a conference looks like, it's a very different vibe, very different energy. But may I say, Dr. Chibu, and I have to say, with your authenticity, some people come to conferences and because they're a little socially awkward, they may not get the full experience of what they can, like they pay their money and I see them and they pay their money and they want to go and they leave with a stack of business cards that, let's be honest, most people never follow up with. What is the vibe of your conference that anybody who comes there, just being there is just like a win automatically?
Is a personal development. There is
Mm,
no way you attend. This is our sixth annual conference, and you have to ask people that have been in our conference. Just look at our website. You see the excitement. It's a personal development. There is no way. That's why I started by an experience is a feeling. There is no way you come to the ELS conference without being like, wow. It's just there because the message is for you directly. It talks to your
mm,
spirit. It doesn't talk to your job. It talks to you
mm,
as yourself. Like I've mentioned today, you can't give what you don't have. How can you equip yourself, okay, to do the job that you are doing? I always tell people that we work to give, we don't work to live. Some people think that they work to live. Oh, I got to work because I have to pay my bills. I have to pay my this and that. No, that's not what work is all about. At the ELS conference, we show you how you work to give. You work to give your expertise. You work to give back to the community. Let me tell you, nobody hires a dead person. So you don't work to live. Without that job, you will still live. But the problem people have is that they think that their job is their source of livelihood. No, your job is never your source of livelihood. And I want viewers to think about that today. Without that job, you will still live. But what happens is hiring managers and directors and all, they make you seem as if you don't do this job, you are not going to live. It's a lie. Come to NurseBond, the ELS conference. We show you how to work freely. That's why we're always smiling. We always our attitude is different because we work to give back to the community, to give back to the people. Okay, that's why we write our resumes. Okay, we say we have this, we have that, so we can give this, we can give that. It's not that if you don't pay me, I'm not going to leave. No, your job is not your source of livelihood. But when you do the work, of course, you get the reward. So, Nurses Bond and the ELS conference is an experience of a lifetime that talks directly to you. You must learn something that will change your life. It's an experience of a lifetime. It's not just for come to conference because you want to meet people. No, you will actually meet people. Remember, we build relationship, we don't make friends. Thank you.
yes, I love it. And I really want to highlight this. It's not just for nurses,
No,
right?
no.
Because a lot of people they may be in the healthcare field and a lot of nursing conferences are usually for nurses. But this is not just for nurses, it's for anyone. Anyone who wants to build their network, their leadership skills, their education, it's for everyone.
Yes, let me tell you, there are nurses who are in real estate business. There are nurses who are in financial business, right? Life insurance and all those stuff. So that you are a nurse does not mean, or that you're not a nurse does not mean that you cannot come to
Mhm.
see nurses. Nurses are, they're also human beings. They build, you know what I mean? They buy homes, they need a CPA, they do businesses too, right? They
For
buy
sure.
supplies, they even buy beauty supplies. So what are you talking about? That you are attending a nursing conference doesn't mean that you have to be a nurse. You know, that segregation is what we don't want. I like, we want to expand it. So come build relationship. In fact, nurses are the best people to do business with. So
I
if
think
you
so.
business, please come. Nurses buy anything that you can think of that you have. Okay, they also require services too. If you're a
Yeah.
psychologist, they need you. If you're a counselor, they need you. If you're a CPA and accountant, if you're in real estate, right? They need you. Whatever it is that you're doing, you can also connect with nurses. You know, when we talk about healthcare professionals, some people say, I'm not in healthcare. I'm not a nurse. Should I come to the conference? Absolutely. You are coming to do business. That's why I said we're informally formal. Okay, we are not there. Let me tell you, ALS conference is not talking about hospital. It's not talking about work in the hospital. He's talking about self care. He's talking about how you can move from where you are to the next level: leadership, education, and entrepreneurship. Thank you.
This is amazing. I am genuinely excited. I can't wait to come. And my excitement shares. I have my girlfriend coming all the way from Australia. She is
Oh,
coming to Elix conference. So I'm telling you, if you are in the United States and you have this opportunity to attend, I mean, it is very affordable. It is an investment of a lifetime. I would definitely say you should try to make it there because we will just, you know me, I'm going to share with you what you missed out. But if you could be there in person, I think it's definitely worth it. Well, Dr. Chibu, as I'm tying up this interview, I just want to give you some space. So we talked about the healthcare professionals, but let's come back a little bit to nurses because I think they really need to hear a little bit of your wisdom. As a professor, as a coach, what advice would you give to nurses? What if you can reach through the screen and tell them something in just 1 minute that's going to stir their soul and let them know that they are way greater than they think? What would you tell them? I'm going to come out and I'm going to let you take over.
okay. Dear nurses, build relationship, invest in professional relationship. That you're a nurse does not mean that you keep just working. Networking is the key. So don't look at the money. After all, you spend money in other things. Spend money to educate yourself. Invest in yourself. That is the most important thing. Build that network. Go for conferences. Listen to podcasts. Listen, read books. Okay, augment yourself. Upgrade yourself. If you are not learning, you are dying. Keep on learning. This is just what I have for you. Build that relationship. We are where we are today because of the amount of relationship we have built, not only with nurses, with other industry experts. Thank you.
That is excellent. And thank you so much. Thank you for coming on and gracing us with your presence. Anybody who's listening in and saying, man, I got to connect with Dr. Chibu because you see, he's a ball of energy. You can reach out to him. Dr. Chibu, what's the best social media for people to connect with you?
LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I love LinkedIn because it's professional. Yes,
Yes.
you can reach out to me there. I am in all social media platforms. So if you search Dr. Chibu, you will see me. But if you're frequent on LinkedIn, of course, you will see me there. And you can also reach out to me at admin@nursesbond.com. And I am very free. Some people text me, call me. It doesn't matter. I live in California, but I am everywhere. So anytime you text me when I'm available, I will respond. So reach out to me as much as possible. Let's connect on LinkedIn. We do great things. We network, and your life and professional life will never be the same. Networking relationship is the key.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Dr. Chibu. Thank you, viewers, for joining us and stay until the end. We're so excited. Please let us know below if you have any comments or questions about Nurses Bond, or if you're excited because you're a Nurses in Charge member and you're like, we want to connect. Don't worry, we have some things coming down the pipeline. We have some really powerful connections coming up. So hang tight. But thank you, Dr. Chibu, for joining us. And thank you, viewers. We will see you on our next show.
Yes, and see you in California, right?
I'll see you in California.
18 to 20. Yes.
It sounds wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.